Proverbs chapter 29, The Way of the Righteous and the Wicked. Proverbs 29 presents a compelling exploration of human behavior, leadership, and the enduring value of wisdom and righteousness. The chapter opens with a warning about stubbornness, noting that those who resist correction will face sudden and irreversible ruin. This immediately sets the tone, emphasizing the importance of humility and the willingness to learn from guidance. It highlights the profound impact of leadership on society, illustrating that when righteous individuals govern, the people rejoice, but when wicked rulers are in power, suffering and groaning prevail. In the personal sphere, the pursuit of wisdom brings joy to family, whereas the indulgence in foolish companionship and sinful behavior results in the loss of wealth and well-being. Throughout the chapter, there is a strong focus on justice, integrity, and self-control. Leaders who act with fairness strengthen the land, while bribery and deceit undermine it. Flattery, too, is presented as a dangerous snare, capturing those who are naive or indulgent. The contrast between the righteous and the wicked is striking. The wicked are ensnared by their own transgressions, while the righteous act with consideration for others, especially the poor, and find joy in life. Wisdom allows one to prevent or diffuse conflict, whereas foolishness often leads to strife, as fools are unable to contain their emotions and tend to vent impulsively. The righteous seek the well-being of others, but the bloodthirsty or the foolish act destructively. Discipline and correction are consistently praised as essential for growth and stability. The chapter underscores that both parental correction and societal guidance create conditions for lasting peace and joy. Rod and rebuke bring wisdom, and correction of children brings delight to the soul, contrasting sharply with the shame brought about by neglect or indulgence. Leadership, too, is shaped by the moral character of the ruler. A fair and discerning leader promotes societal welfare, while one who is corrupt spreads wickedness throughout the land. Even in a world where the wicked multiply, the righteous ultimately prevail, illustrating the enduring power of justice and moral integrity. The text also emphasizes the importance of following divine law and exercising self-restraint. Where there is no guidance or revelation, people abandon restraint and chaos prevails, but happiness comes to those who keep the law. Mere words are insufficient to correct a servant or an errant person. Careful instruction, guidance, and discipline are required. Patience, humility, and trust in God are highlighted as safeguards against the instability of life. Pride leads to downfall, anger stirs conflict, and indulgence without accountability brings long-term consequences, whereas humility and faithful nurture lead to honor and security. Ultimately, Proverbs 29 presents a vivid contrast between the righteous and the wicked, showing that their paths are fundamentally opposed. Human attempts to gain favor or manipulate circumstances cannot replace the justice of God, and those who are upright will inevitably clash with the morally corrupt. The chapter teaches that wisdom, justice, humility, and obedience to God's law are not abstract ideals but practical tools that govern personal behavior, social stability, and leadership. It urges readers to embrace correction, cultivate self-control, act justly, and trust in God, illustrating that the pursuit of righteousness is both a personal responsibility and a societal necessity.
Chapter 29. He who is often rebuked and hardens his neck will suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when a wicked man rules, the people groan. Whoever loves wisdom makes his father rejoice, but a companion of harlots wastes his wealth. The king establishes the land by justice, but he who receives bribes overthrows it. A man who flatters his neighbor spreads a net for his feet. By transgression an evil man is snared, but the righteous sings and rejoices. The righteous considers the cause of the poor, but the wicked does not understand such knowledge. Scoffers set a city aflame, but wise men turn away wrath. If a wise man contends with a foolish man, whether the fool rages or laughs, there is no peace. The bloodthirsty hate the blameless, but the upright seek his well-being. A fool vents all his feelings, but a wise man holds them back. If a ruler pays attention to lies, all his servants become wicked. The poor man and the oppressor have this in common: the Lord gives light to the eyes of both. The king who judges the poor with truth, his throne will be established forever. The rod and rebuke give wisdom, but a child left to himself brings shame to his mother. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases, but the righteous will see their fall. Correct your son, and he will give you rest. Yes, he will give delight to your soul. Where there is no revelation, the people cast off restraint, but happy is he who keeps the law. A servant will not be corrected by mere words, for though he understands, he will not respond. Do you see a man hasty in his words? There is more hope for a fool than for him. He who pampers his servant from childhood will have him as a son in the end. An angry man stirs up strife, and a furious man abounds in transgression. A man's pride will bring him low, but the humble in spirit will retain honor. Whoever is a partner with a thief hates his own life. He swears to tell the truth, but reveals nothing. The fear of a man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord shall be safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but justice for man comes from the Lord. An unjust man is an abomination to the righteous, and he who is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked.